Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Theorist, here with your host, JC Botero67. And back on the show is Alex, because I cannot imagine doing these reviews without him. So, for the rest of the reviews that we have left with Revelations, Alex will be on the show.
Thank you for having me back. Quick thing before we get started.
Okay.
As upset as I am that Revelations will not have 60 chapters like we wanted,
Oh, I know.
I will forgive you, AnimeCujo.
Yes, I forgive you too.
But the next one better have like 5 extra chapters to make up for those missing chapters.
Ah,
See,
that works.
it's all balance.
Yes. Plus, she's giving us a delicious one shot
That's true. That is
that I
going
look
to be
forward
like
to. It's
hundreds of pages
non-canon.
long.
Yeah. Right. It's non-canon, but still. So anyway, coming back to chapter 48. I didn't even remember what chapter we were on. 48. So this isn't the opening quote so per se, but it is kind of toward the beginning. And Alex and I pretty much had the same thoughts with this quote. So I'll go ahead and read it. Sauntering down the aisle, Sebastian spied a few parishioners scattered throughout the pews, their heads bowed in deep reflection or prayer. The sight made the demon smirk, amused by the sheer ignorance of these people, and how they had no clue how close in reality the world actually was to complete and utter destruction. So at first, I had to break in between the quote here. At first, I was like, "Whoa, dude! I wouldn't be thinking that because destruction could affect Ciel, which in turn could also affect Ciel's loved ones, and then Ciel would just be sad." But then I kept reading that quote, and here's the rest of it. In Sebastian's mind, they should be directing their worship towards Ciel, the one who was destined to save all of humanity from the ravages of hell. Unfortunately, like with most saviors, their successes and sacrifices for the greater good usually went unnoticed by the masses. So then after reading that, I was like, oh, okay, now that's more like it. Sebastian thinking that they should worship Ciel. So those are my thoughts on that. And I know you had something more to it, so.
I did pretty much just have the same thoughts. Sebastian will get around to the worshipping when he sees Ciel next. So
Mm-hmm.
that'll be a fun time. I always love AnimeCujo's smutty chapters.
Right?
She does such a good job.
She does. And then she always puts in different every smutty scene is always different from the previous one.
It
is.
There's
always
it's
something
never
new.
it's never, oh, we had the same sex that we just had. So try to enjoy
right.
the same sex over and over again.
Right. And then let's see. What okay. I don't know, I'm gonna have to majorly edit this, but what's next on your notes aside from that?
The fact that I enjoyed the Finney cameo.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's the same with me. Okay.
I forgot he even worked at the church. We don't see him very often, so.
Yeah. I might just leave this in there because it's really funny. Okay, but yeah, okay, so talking about Finney, something hit me as well about him. It's not so much that I forgot that he worked there, but it's just been a while since we've seen him. But, it just now hit me that Finney's unusual strength could mean he's not human. But then again, if he were to be an angel or something, I think Sebastian would notice.
Yeah, I feel Sebastian's demon sense would pick up on that.
Right.
But at the same time, he could be part angel or something.
Mm-hmm.
Half and half. But then again, so Ciel, so I don't. My voice just did something crazy.
Really? I'm telling you, my headphones are being dumb, so I can't pick up on.
Anyway. Yeah, I just hit puberty again for the 5th time.
Oh. But yeah, shoot, I was gonna say something about Finney and I forgot. It'll come back to me, I guess. For now, I guess I'll just go on to this next little bit in my notes. It's very short. So I recalled from, I don't know why I thought it was AnimeCujo, but it was actually Black Rose Eden, who had Sebastian calling Spears in Simply Meant to Be the Good Doctor. And now there was a line that AnimeCujo had written, and it said the Good Father. And I was like, oh, hey, she's copying from her old story. And I was like, oh, wait, this is totally different author. They're best friends and whatnot. But yeah, I just thought it was interesting to see,
I
we saw the Good
picked up on
Doctor.
that.
Yeah.
I really
totally
never picked
did.
up on that.
Yeah, I totally did. And then I didn't realize it was like the two different authors until like, I don't know, I guess later on when I was writing the notes or when I was skimming through it, like, my complete list of notes. Yeah, really random, I know. I still don't remember what the heck I was going to say about Finney, but,
Poor Finney.
Oh, I remember now. Now that you said poor Finney. I don't know why. Okay, anyway. So it just came to my mind, like, what if Finney had, like, a significant role? Like, I mean, I don't know that he would go to hell, but, like, that sounds really awkward. Okay, but if Armageddon is to happen on Earth...
I could see him being a warrior or something.
Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Like in Kuro Season 1, like,
yes.
him and Mayrin and Bard fighting Pluto, the dog.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I could see Pluto making a cameo, possibly. Even though he's non-canon, but it'd be interesting if Satan had, like, Hellhound or something.
Oh, I really like that. I do. Hopefully, maybe that's one of the new characters.
Oh, that's true. She did say there were new characters, and I can't think of anyone that's missing.
Yeah, Pluto would be...
Tree branch.
Fun. A tree branch. That's funny. I mean, I also thought of, I didn't, like, bring it up, like, in our, like, message thing, but, like, I don't know why my thoughts went to, Baron Kelvin. Because yeah, I don't know why. I don't think he would be in this story, but who knows, honestly.
Oh, I love the circus arc so much. You got me thinking about the circus arc now, and that's, like, my favorite arc ever.
I know. It is such a good arc. But yeah, Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was just going to say that I thought, if there was a possibility that Hannah survived, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's true.
I liked what you brought up to AnimeCujo about the deceased girls potentially returning as demons, but
oh yeah,
then she shut that idea down.
I know. My demon self can't come back. That's sad.
I didn't even get a cameo in this story.
Oh no!
I'm very upset.
Next story.
That's true. I didn't meet her until chapter 40. So.
Oh, gotcha.
Although I'm still down for being Lucifer's sexy dominatrix bitch. Like, I could be that person.
Right? That would be so awesome. We can write, like, our own, like, one-shot or something, and...
That's true.
Just put you in there.
That would be fun.
And we can make me come back.
Yes.
I'd like to come back. Alright. Well, moving along with this review.
Enough tree branching.
These reviews are just gonna get longer and longer.
Oh, I know, right?
Okay. So, yeah. Back to Finney. So, this was... What was it? How do I say this? Okay, well, anyway. Sebastian eventually does meet up with Spears, and so, Spears is all like, oh, you probably want to feed off of the souls, like, out in the pews over there. And then Sebastian's response is, I'm not here to feed off of any of those lesser souls sitting out there in your church. However, if that little altar boy were to offer up his... And then, like, I had stopped reading there for a second, I don't know why, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like, offer up his what? And then I was like, oh, his soul. Okay, yeah, duh, lesser souls. Okay.
I had the same feeling. I was like, ooh, Sebastian wants some Finney. Yes. Ooh, right? Get some AnimeCujo.
This is so interesting.
And then I was thinking about how you said in the last chapter that it's a good thing Sebastian wasn't there when Ciel was checking out Edward's crotch, and I was like, what the hell would Ciel be doing right now if he was hearing Sebastian all like, I wouldn't mind eating some of that Finney. He's so hot. He didn't say it exactly like that, but
That's really funny. I was just thinking, I'm like, I don't know if he'd sound like that. That is so great. What was I going to say? I don't know why I keep forgetting what I'm going to say. This is, like, so bad.
I'm distracting, that's why.
Yes. That is so true. But yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember. So, like, what hashtag would that be?
Oh, like, God.
Sebastian Finney.
Finashtian. No, that's stupid.
I was just thinking of oh my gosh, because his full name is Finian, so
yeah,
it's
that's
like
true.
Sebastianian. I don't know. It's like super awkward. Sabinian. That works. That works much better.
Oh, and we kind of jumped ahead a little to the Spears, Sebastian talking about Finny. When Sebastian was originally knocking on Father Spears' door, and I just got such a good giggle out of William's dread of it potentially being Grell. And
oh, yes.
Everyone knows that I am an avid Grell fan. I told Brody today, Brody's my husband, for anyone who doesn't know, that I think Sebastian and Ciel are my favorite as a couple, but individually, Grell is my all-time favorite Kuro character.
Right on. I don't know. I think my all-time favorite would be Ciel, I guess, because I love cosplaying him so much.
You make a really good Ciel.
Aw, thanks. Like, I love wearing, like, the Ciel wig, like, random times, too. Like, I mean, I don't wear it every time I go out, but, like, I don't just use the wig for, like, cosplays or, like Halloween or, like, parties or whatever. Like,
I wear mine around the house, and I just take pictures of myself wearing this wig all the time.
Yeah, I know. That's awesome. I loved your one with that blonde wig. Like, you reminded me of, like, a Femme Aloise. Or, like, later on, I thought about, like, Kesha. I don't know why.
Ooh, I would love to play Kesha. I have a bottle of tequila somewhere, so...
Nice. That'll warm you up. Because, yeah, Alex lives in New York, so it's freezing over there.
And there's, like, 7 feet of snow in the town south of me.
Oh. And then I'm here in Arizona, where it's not as cold as over there, but... it still gets a little chilly over here.
It's supposed to be like 60 on Monday, so.
Not as much as over there, but yeah. Anyway.
More tree branching.
Right. Let's see. Oh yeah. So then, how do I say this? I think you probably should go next. Do you have is it that quote or like? Here, I guess I'll just read you this quote and like let me know if your part comes like before or after it. I don't know. Believe me, there is nothing that I would like more than to remove the nuisance you cause me by being such an influence in Ciel's life. However, it's because of that simple fact that he loves you, so that I can't harm you.
Oh, I love that.
I know you had something similar. I don't
remember if that was before or after what I had, to be perfectly honest, because my notes I wrote when I was like half asleep, so they're all over.
Gotcha.
But I really did love that. It was like all squiggly feeling because I was like, "Aw, see, Sebastian's awesome." And then in my notes I wrote, "Take that, William, you bastard." And you know, because William is so rude. But I don't remember if that was before or after William attacked him.
I think it may have been before because it was like you said just now that like Spears was being rude. Like it must be the quote that you really want to read. It was the one where Sebastian was talking about his manners.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Was that before? I don't even know if it was before or after, but it's kind of around the same area or whatever.
Because William attacked him with a silver letter opener. Holy silver. To try to vanquish him because he was tired of Sebastian's crap. Even though Sebastian was being really polite. So, really quick, I wanted to say that goes along with what I said last week when we were talking about the fencing. And you thought it might have been William at first. And I was like, would he even know how to fence? Because he's a priest. And that kind of tied in with him, you know, lunging for Sebastian. It's not exactly fencing, but it's violence and, you know.
Right.
But anyway, there's this quote that I'm going to read from Sebastian after Spears attacked him. And Sebastian says, "Far be it from me to preach the rules of etiquette, but I believe attacking someone who comes bearing no ill will is just rude." I love that quote. That was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
A demon teaching etiquette to a priest it was a nice little turn of events there.
Right, I know. That's super funny.
And then, you know, he like takes the spears and shoves them up against the bookcase. And, you know.
Hello.
Yeah, Sebilliam.
Yeah, I remember this. This is the hashtag. What is it? Sebilliam, I think. Sebilliam. Okay, yeah, duh. Okay, sorry.
Because I said it sounds like a hillbilly name. Kind of.
It does. That's like super funny. All right. But yeah, what was it? Because I have in my notes here. Like, I'm gonna go back to that quote. Because he's like, it's because of the simple fact that he loves you so. And I'm just like, oh yeah, Ciel loves Spears. And then I'm such like a
That's all you ever
fanatic.
think about.
I know. Cielliam is all I ever think about ever. And then there's this other quote not from Spears, from Sebastian to Spears. I am here because as much as I hate to admit it, he needs you. And I'm just like, oh yeah, he needs you.
Inside of him.
Oh man. Okay. I'm just loving this. Okay. Okay, I have another note here with whoa, #Sebilliam. Let me see what this quote is though. Oh, okay. So this is when, because eventually, like, Spears gets away from the bookcase, and then he goes to sit down on that couch or something, and then Sebastian's kind of walking toward him, and then, like, eventually they're, like, really close together. And so, this quote... Oh, this is from Spears. This is a Spears quote now. Well, if you have such a strong desire to keep him safe, then why are you letting him attempt something so foolish? He argued, annoyed with the close proximity they had to one another now, and took an unconscious step back. And then, yeah, that was my little note there of, whoa, #Sebilliam.
I think I might have had something before that.
Really? This is just like a back and forth.
It is, but, you know.
It's great. It makes coherent sense to us.
When William was being all rude, and he's like, this was your idea from the beginning, you want him to go down there so he can die and Satan can take over. My first thought was, Spears, you're an asshole. Just shut up. Because we've had like 5 chapters of Sebastian going, Ciel, you're fucking stupid, don't do this. Sorry for my language, but, you know.
No, it's okay.
I'm the dirty one in this twin ship.
Yes.
Overall, I am happy that Spears decided to listen to what Sebastian had to say.
Mm-hmm.
And then he ended up second-guessing his hatred for Sebastian. Because he says something along the lines of, could Ciel see something in him that, you know, I'm not seeing? Like, could he see the good in this demon?
Threesome! No, I'm just kidding.
Well, there very well could be. Hint, hint, AnimeCujo.
Right. I have a quote that I can totally, like, because, like, my next little note is about where I'm just like, ooh, threesome. Okay. So, here's the quote. Father Spears searched the handsome face, evil and born of fire and brimstone, but handsome, nonetheless. A battle raged within the holy man, his conscience warning him of the dangers of trusting a being such as this, and his heart, which ached to see the young man, which is Ciel, who was almost like a son to him. So I'm just like, whoa, he thinks... yes, Spears thinks he is handsome himself. Spears
Conceited
thinks... Right. Spears thinks that Sebastian is handsome, and then he's aching to see Ciel. So I'm just like, dude, let's just form a threesome here. Like, what was maybe I should just read the Facebook conversation, because it was great.
It was.
Yes, I'll go ahead and read it. So it was like the whole issue with Skype that I was having, and you said you had to switch computers. So I was like, oh, that's lame. If I have to switch computers, I'll just use the desktop. But sometimes it runs slow, so I don't want it freezing up on us at times. Lol. And then you said that would be interesting, people wouldn't know what to expect. And so I was like, oh, like, awkward pauses, you know, and then, like, I would cut off or something, and you'd be like, Jocelyn, and then I'd finally respond, and I'd be like, yes, I'm here. I really hope what I said didn't leave off on something that could be interpreted the wrong way. And then you said so many interesting scenarios, and then I was like, a great one would be Sebilliam. And then, yeah, we're talking about how we were going to bring that up, and how people need to know about it.
They do.
And then I was like, oh, the threesome, like, we need to talk about that. And I was like, what would the hashtag be? And you came up with Sebilliam, which sounds like an Asian princess or something, is what you wrote.
It doesn't when you say it. When I say it, it sounds all weird.
Oh, wait, how did you say it?
I don't know.
Okay. No, it's okay. That's funny. I don't know. I mean, our conversation is very interesting. I just want to keep reading this. Okay. So then you said, who is the Uber Sammy in that situation? I vote Bastion. And then I put, like AnimeCujo has said about the endless Ciel Grell fight, which no one is going to understand, the fight over who is top Senbei will go on forever. LOL. So I guess I'll just leave it at that because I don't want to confuse people. And I don't want to make people sad either with that comment that made you sad.
You're so mean to me.
I am so sorry. But hey, if you look at it, I just thought about this, like, really random. You remember that, have you seen the Black Butler OVAs?
Yes.
Okay, did you see the Spears one?
Yes.
Okay. So, remember, like, that author guy, and he's just all, like, writing a story about, like, supposedly it's William who falls in love with a human?
Yeah.
I mean, that could be, like, Spears with Ciel.
Hell yeah.
But then, let's see. So what, Spears would just save Ciel before Sebastian eats his soul or something?
Possibly. I'm not sure
I don't get how this would work. I don't know how it would work. Anyway. We'll go back to the review. This review's just, like, scattered all over the place.
I had a new theory about how Sebastian may become an angel, or why he would become an angel, whatever.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Because of how Spears said that Ciel saw something in Sebastian that he didn't see.
Yes.
It made me feel like, you know, maybe his heart is becoming more pure and vulnerable, and he's feeling love and pain and all that stuff. And that could potentially pave the road for his ascension to being an angel.
Yeah. That is very true.
Although I'm not sure if he would have to die first, or if he would just become one. I'm not sure how that would work.
I don't know. We'll see.
That would be interesting, though. Like, in the middle of a fight with Lucifer, just, like, Sebastian glowing and rising up into the air, like...
With white wings.
Yes.
Or gray wings, and then he could be, like, Christian Grey, and they could turn into, like, 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, fun.
Gray wings, man. That's the rage.
He could have both. He could have black and white wings, and then have 4 wings and be, like, you know, badass.
Right? Seriously.
Half demon, half angel.
Right on.
All sexy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. These sexy men of this anime, I'm not even kidding.
Right? Thank you, Yana Toboso, for your sexy inventions.
I know, seriously. I even love Ciel. Like, I don't call him sexy, but, like, I don't know.
He's, like, sexy in a cute way.
Yes. There you go.
And the last little thing that I had for the Sebilliam part was, I'm just gonna call it that, you know. I'm very excited to see what the two of them come up with, like, together, because they decided to work together to help Ciel.
Yes.
So it's gonna be interesting that we have a priest and a demon who are on the opposite sides, but they're working for the same goal of defeating Lucifer. So that's going to be really interesting. Because you have the one person with the knowledge of what to do, and then you have one person with the knowledge of how to do it. So.
Very good partnership, yeah. I really like how AnimeCujo is taking it that route. Because, like, I mean, I guess, like, you know, with Ciel having to rely on Agni, like, I didn't think, like, Spears was going to be a part of this whole thing, but I love how, like, he's making a comeback.
Yeah, I really thought, like, we weren't going to get Spears till the end, and then Ciel was going to be like, well, I did it, and Spears is going to be like, what? Without me? What? And it's like, well, it's your fault.
Right? You suck. No, I'm just kidding. Literally. No.
Like you would ever say that to William T. Spears.
Yeah.
That's not something you would do.
No. That's very out of character, I'm sorry. Okay, so yeah, I have, like, these random quotes. I don't know why I wrote them in my notes. I don't even see the reason why I should read them, but I guess I can, if you want me to.
Go for it.
Okay. So this is Spears. Or, well, not him talking, but a description thing. You get the point. Okay. He had avoided Ciel in the hopes that he would eventually see that the spiritual advisor was correct. Father Spears was angry, hurt, and feeling betrayed that the young man would withhold such vital pieces of information from him, and to top it all off, to so adamantly refuse a direct order. He had let those emotions get the best of him, and had left Ciel in a risky situation with no spiritual counsel, and with the same demon he had been so opposed against letting live. The priest now berated himself as he realized that his actions had done nothing to prove his point, but had only served to encourage Ciel to act on his own desires, a desire which now could only get him killed, but also plunge the world into Armageddon. So, like, I have here in my notes that it's probably me shipping the whole Cielliam thing, because Father Spears felt hurt and betrayed. and then, I mean, I guess just the Armageddon part at the end there, because I had mentioned it last review, like at the very end of our review. So, I don't know. I guess it must have been something with that.
I'm very much looking forward to seeing how this whole battle turns out, because you know it's going to end up spilling out of hell.
Right.
And I wonder, like, I'm hoping something bad doesn't happen to Lizzie by accident because no one bothered to tell her ahead of time.
Oh, yeah, that's very true.
Or Dagger could sacrifice himself for her, and then I would just cry, because that's
Aww. Just... See, now you're just making yourself cry.
I know.
I didn't have to say anything right now.
It's my own fault this time, but
right?
Every other time it was you.
Aww. But yeah, now that you mentioned Lizzie, like, I could see her having, like, a kick-ass moment, like, just friggin'... What's that sport called?
I don't know.
Fencing.
Okay.
I could totally see her, like, fencing off, like, some friggin' demons and stuff.
That would be awesome. And it would explain why they were...
Maybe even picking up, like, a real sword and doing it. Like...
Yeah. That would explain why she is always seen fencing.
Yeah.
Like, it's building up to Lizzie's gonna kick some demon butt. So.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, with Dagger as her boyfriend, you would think that, you know,
yeah, right?
maybe he would teach her to, like, sword fight too or something. I don't know. Just some secret little surprise thing that could happen. And then, of course, Finny, too.
Yeah.
If he, like, was part of this battle.
And Agni, possibly. I mean, Agni in the anime was, like, beast, so.
Dude, that would be really cool.
Soma's completely useless, so.
Oh, poor Soma.
I'm wondering if the first snake will, like, have something to do, because it's, like, an actual physical thing. So it'd be interesting if the venom that they took wounded Satan, Lucifer, whatever you want to call him, but the snake actually did get its revenge in the end by itself.
Right, like, because if, like, Armageddon is to happen, which it probably will, like, maybe I don't know who he would go after. Yeah,
it'd be funny if, like, he clamped on Lucifer's ankle, just like
Yeah, well, yeah, because, like, I mean, I don't see. How do I say this? Like, I don't know. I guess I'm just getting prediction ideas right now. So, I mean, like you said, it would drift. Like, the battle would drift from hell upward to Earth, and then, like, I mean, I don't think Lucifer would die so easily.
No.
Right at the very beginning of this Armageddon, so he would come onto Earth. Right, he would come onto Earth, and then maybe, like, the snake, you know, gets a chance to bite his ankle, like you said, so.
And, like, if part of the war, like, if the final part between Lucifer and Ciel took place at Ciel's manor, it would tie in with how he gave Snake that standing invitation to come over whenever he wanted, so.
Oh, yeah, good point.
He'd be all like, hey, you need some help? I just thought I'd show up randomly.
Yeah. I think I just did something weird with my voice, too. I just had to point that out. Like, it just came out all, like, I don't even know, like, throaty or something. Anyway.
Sounds sexy.
Okay.
You said throaty, so I don't know.
That's funny. So yeah, that's our predictions of Armageddon. This is cool. See, and we didn't have this, like, planned out. Like, it just kind of came to mind as we're talking.
It's so much easier to think of things when I'm not thinking about it.
Right? Exactly. All right, let's see. So, I have another good note, but go ahead.
Oh, no, you go ahead. I was just going to talk about his aunt, so.
Oh, okay, yeah, I have that later on in my notes, too, so.
Oh, damn, I'm, like, way ahead. I only wrote, like, a page and a half.
No, you're okay. Like I said, I included those weird quotes. Well, they're not weird, but, like, just, you know, random quotes that, like, it's just like, oh, Cielliam shipping, like, that's it. And it's, like, a quote that's, like, 4 sentences long. But, yeah. So, I have a quote to read, and then I'm gonna get to the quote about Angelina's date, and then we can get to the whole Angelina part.
Okay.
That like made us sad. So yeah, but first this quote. Okay. They still weren't speaking, and he regretted the fact that he would not be able to tell the holy man goodbye. However, Ciel stood by his decision to disregard his spiritual advisor's orders to kill Sebastian, and he clung to that defiance as a way to ignore the hurt that welled up in his chest. Still, he would be lying if he said he would not have liked to see Father Spears one final time. So I'm just, in response to that, I'm just like, oh, you'll get to say goodbye with a makeup and a makeout. I mean, what? In my dreams. So yeah, that's what I had to say about that quote. But yeah, moving on to Angelina. This is a quote from her. I have a date with a hot young pediatrician. Mm-hmm. And I almost called this. Like, we were having that, like, big, like, message exchanging on Facebook. Like, you, me, AnimeCujo, and Black Rose Eden. And so, I don't know what we were talking about, but, like, oh, yeah, because I think she asked if we had questions. Or no. Hold on. No, it was before that. So it was before this chapter came out. And I don't know why I was like, oh, well, I could picture Angelina, like, you know, hooking up with somebody. Because we didn't see that in Simply Meant to Be. Like, you know, she liked Spears, but nothing turned out with that. And so, you know, she's kind of like a cat lady. As sad as that is.
Oh, I'm a cat lady. Thank you.
Oh, but you have somebody.
And a cat.
Yes. See, that's a happy cat lady. I'm going to be a sad cat lady. I'm going to be lonely. Until my Spears comes one day. But anyway, like, I almost wanted to say, oh, like, you know, because we were talking about, like, Paula and Edward maybe getting married, Lizzie and Dagger probably getting married. And so I'm like, oh, well, Angelina doesn't have anybody. And, you know, it came to my mind, like, what if she, you know, does end up with somebody? And I just couldn't think of who, really. And then, you know, this quote comes out, you know, and it's like she has a date with some dude. And I'm like, oh, cool. Like, I should have freaking called it. But yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, in my notes, I was randomly guessing Doctor from Noah's Circus Arc, but like, or the Noah's Ark Circus Arc. Okay, that was like really confusing. But yeah, like, I don't know. I don't see him as like hot or young, really. So I don't know what other character we haven't been introduced to yet.
I'm trying to think if there's anybody.
I mean, there's that author from the Spears Arc.
Oh, yeah, there is.
I don't know about him. Because he's not. I don't even remember what he looks like, but he was like a writer. I'm trying to think of anyone in the medical field. But I can't think of it.
It's so hard right now. Like, I'm having such a brain fart. I couldn't even remember who Paula was. I was like, who the hell is Paula? And then I remembered. So
that's so funny. I was totally gonna guess Lau, but no, Lau already came out and he's already dead. I don't know why I'm laughing that he died, but
I am not a Lau fan.
You're not?
He's okay. He's just kind of annoying sometimes.
Oh, okay.
And I love that he's always so clueless. He's just like,
oh yeah.
I think this and this and this about this situation. What are we talking about?
That's so funny.
It's like, dude, cut the opium.
Right? That's so funny. You know, I read I still have to send you a link, I think. But it was this doujinshi. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I hope I am. And it was Ciel, Sebastian, and Lau.
I just had like stunned silence. I was like, oh.
And you're like, I don't know about that. You're like, I really don't like Lau. I don't want to ship him with Ciel.
I don't want to know what his penis is like. That's just odd to me.
Oh, goodness. That's super funny.
Although I love his, I don't know, sidekick, hooker, you know, whatever.
Oh, Ron Mao.
Yes.
I love her.
I loved her in the OVA of the Hamlet play.
Oh, yeah, the seaweed.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about that, too. That's so funny.
Too funny.
I know.
Oh, my God. AnimeCujo should do some OVAs for Revelations.
Oh, my gosh, right? That'd be awesome. And that includes the Alois thing that we were talking about.
Yes.
Abso-freaking-lutely.
I can't wait. He's coming back in the next chapter. I will get to live again.
Oh, yay!
Oh, no, not the next chapter.
Always.
I lied.
Oh, no?
No, the next chapter's sex. So.
Oh no, yeah, the sexiness, yeah. All right. Well, coming back to Angelina and some sadness. So I read this quote, and I know you had the same feeling. Like it nearly made me cry.
I did cry.
Like it was that touching to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and read it. It's kind of abridged, I guess. But basically, it's Ciel saying, "You were the best mother. I love you, Aunt An." And I'm just like, oh, like when I read that, I was like, dude, something bad's gonna happen. Like friggin', like it totally is. And that's when I thought, okay, maybe there's gonna be a happy ending just for Ciel and Sebastian. Because we've talked about like Sebastian becoming an angel, and like I've mentioned the same thing, like because Ciel right now is kind of half and half.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like they could both be happy in paradise, and it's like everyone else thinks Ciel's dead, and like they're mourning for him.
Yeah, I had the same thought because like the battle could be over, and then Ciel's like, I'm going on vacation forever with Sebastian, and then they just float away to an oblivion somewhere, and they just are happy forever.
Right. And then, I don't know if I talked about this last time or I don't see it in my notes, but I guess if something bad were to happen, like, I mean, people could be mourning for Ciel, but then it's like he does come back, and so it's like a happy ending for everybody.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I just feel like something bad will happen, but it could be like a happy ending at the very end, so.
Kind of like in Simply Meant to Be.
Yes.
When Ciel was all... Oh, spoilers? I don't know. When Ciel was all like in a coma, and then like he woke up at the end, and it was all happy, and I was crying a lot. Thank you, Black Rose Eden. But yeah, it could be like one of those situations.
That's true. I know, like, Simply Meant to Be. I remember reviewing this because I reviewed like very few chapters because like I'm doing the project with it, so I didn't want to like give it 100 bajillion% attention. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. But anyway, like, I don't know. I just always had a bad feeling that it was going to end sadly. Like, I don't know why. I just want, like, sad endings. Like, I don't know why. It's, like, really bizarre. Like, I don't know. So, did you ever take that poll? Like, the voting?
I don't think I did.
Like, she had a poll. So, basically it was like, oh, like, it's a happy ending. They get married. I don't know, we're totally spoiling this for people who haven't read it yet.
Well, it is a review.
Yeah, that's true. And so what were the other options? Oh yeah, one of them was like Sebastian came back and like Ciel dies in his arms, or Ciel dies just surrounded by family and like Sebastian like doesn't show up, or like he's too late, I guess. And then the other one, which is like one of my favorite ones, was that not Sebastian. Ciel moves on, and like he has a relationship with Spears.
I was expecting you to say something completely different.
Okay,
I was all ready for this big sappy, like really sad thing, and I was like, I'm gonna hate you, and now I'm just like, I can't stop laughing.
Wait. What did you think I was gonna say? Oh, something sad?
Yeah, like it was like Ciel dies a different way, and then Ciel has sex with Spears, and I'm just like, oh, okay.
Oh man, this is like so funny. But yeah, I'm trying to remember what I voted for. I don't think I voted for the Spears one, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, no, it's surprising. I voted for it was the two sad ones.
Of course.
Like, and okay, like the thing was when it was like the whole like, oh, he dies surrounded by family, like it was very vague. And so I think I had messaged Black Rose Eden myself and was like, oh, hey, like, I casted a vote for the third one. I think it would be interesting, like, if, like, I don't know, not interesting, like, I don't think that's the right word. But, like, I mean, it would be more touching, I guess, like, if Sebastian was too late. Like, if Ciel was just surrounded by family at the time, and then, like, Sebastian came too late.
Can you imagine Ciel just dies and not even getting to say goodbye to Sebastian? Like, I would die, honey. I'm dying right now. Thank you.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I just keep making you sad with all these things. Okay, but this will probably cheer you up. Okay.
Yes, I
promise. I promise. All right. So this is I guess, like, it's not even, like, a direct quote, but it's, like, my little quote, because, like, I didn't want to, like, quote so much. But anyway, I'm just, like, babbling here. Lying half naked on the bed, reading a familiar book. So this is how Ciel finds Sebastian in his bedroom. After Ciel says goodbye to his aunt, and, you know, Angelina's like, okay, I'm running off on my date. There's, like, a sexy man waiting for you upstairs.
Get it on, Angelina. Ooh, sorry.
Right?
Because she's like, don't wait up for me, you know.
Oh, yeah. That's what she said, too, yeah. That's, like, super funny. But, yeah. So, when I read a familiar book, I'm like, what kind of book? Like, Kama Sutra? Or, like, 1001 sexual positions you should try before you die? Like... What kind of book is this?
There was a book at the bookstore at the mall before it closed called How to Tickle His Pickle.
Oh.
And I was just like, now you get me thinking about it. And it's just too funny.
Oh my gosh. Wait, did you get this book? No.
No, I wanted to. Like, the cover was like a chick holding a pickle, and I was like, girl, could you pick a smaller pickle for the cover of a book, by the way?
This is so great. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, we're like nearing like 50 minutes almost.
I know, right?
This is like crazy.
It's fun though.
I know, I love it too.
We should think about like doing a podcast of just us reviewing everything.
Right?
Because we could talk for like 6 hours and people would listen to it.
I know, I was just thinking the same thing. I'm like, we could seriously just go on talking for like hours. But yeah,
I'm assuming it's a Bible. Like, that's just my guess.
Right?
But at the same
for the
time,
familiar, yeah, sorry.
At the same time, why would Sebastian want to hold it? I don't know. But
I don't know. It'd be like, Father Spears forgives you. Now let's go have sexy time with him at the church. No, I'm just kidding.
I talked to him for you, so now let's just go get it on.
Right.
No more worry, just shut up.
Okay. But in all seriousness, I like the idea that you say it's a Bible, maybe.
It would be interesting, because like you wouldn't picture a demon holding a Bible, so that might tie in even more to Sebastian becoming an angel.
Good point.
Although I'm really kind of dreading the end of this, because I don't trust AnimeCujo.
Say that to her face. Not really. We love you, though.
She's going to make me all sad, and I'm just going to be like, ugh. And then when the next story comes out, I'm going to read it anyway, because I love her, but, you know.
Right. Have you ever read any of Brutal Bugaboo's stuff?
No.
Okay, good. You spared yourself. No, she had great writing skills. It was just, the endings were very shocking. And very disturbing, I guess.
Disturbing how? Now I got me intrigued.
Okay, I had totally mentioned this in the group message too, but anyway. I
might have missed it, because I came back once and there was like 30 messages.
And you're like, I'm not going to read this.
I tried. I thought I got them all. I might not have.
Yeah, no, it's okay. So basically, like, Ciel and Sebastian would be related somehow.
Oh. That's not too. It's odd, but it's not that odd.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm going back to my hillbilly mentality of Sebilliam for some reason.
Sebilliam. Oh man. Oh, there was this picture. I just remembered talking about like, you know, hillbilly stuff. So I don't know if you've seen this picture, but it's like Sebastian and Claude. And, like, I guess their love child is Spears.
Weird.
Or maybe it was Sebastian Spears and Claude was their love child. It was something like that. People can easily Google this up. Like, yeah. Anyway.
I miss Claude. I can't wait for him to come back.
Right?
So he can get his ass kicked, because he makes me mad.
Oh, yes! Aloise! So yeah, those were all my notes. I mean, we were looking forward to Sexy Time.
Yes.
And that's happening next chapter, so yay.
That'll be a fun review.
Right?
Just lots of you and I giggling about everything sexy.
Right? And then it's like, Spears should be here.
We could talk about all the parts where he could have fit in, like, he could have been there doing this while this was happening.
Oh, yes, please, let's do this. That is so great.
The abridged version of AnimeCujo's story.
Yes. Sounds good. I guess I have one final little thing. It was in our author's note. She was saying, oh, like, I cried writing, like, the last few chapters or so. And, you know, she's just all like, oh, like, you know, they aren't necessarily sad or happy. And I'm like, but they have to be sad or happy. Tears. Like, I wouldn't see them being, like, embarrassed tears or anything.
Oh, you never know. She could have, like, turned around and been like, I should have been doing Sebilliam all along, and now I changed it last minute. I'm so embarrassed I wrote the Sebastian part. I said Sebilliam.
Yeah,
I meant Cielliam.
Sebilliam.
It's stuck in my head now.
Right?
It's all I'm gonna say all night now. Like, we're gonna like hang up, and then I'm gonna go make dinner, and I'm just gonna be thinking about Sebilliam the whole time.
Oh goodness. What about Cielliam? You're like, that's old stuff now. I'm moving on.
No, I am still writing my my one shot of CL as like a clerk in a department store, and then him and William. There you go. I was thinking Claude.
Oh.
Him and Spears are gonna have sex in a changing room, but you know.
Ooh, awesome. Yeah, no, I was meaning to ask you about your second one shot. So
I haven't started it yet because I'm like being a bum, but
yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool. Eventually. Ooh, I get to post mine soon. I'm excited.
That'll be fun. I loved your story. It's fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
For those of you who don't know, you should go to Archive of Our Own.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'll post a link.
And check out the Cielliam one shots project.
There is no Sebilliam quite yet. I think we talked about a threesome thing, but I don't know who's gonna write it or if it's gonna be a collaboration, but that might come later.
Yeah.
But for now, it's a bunch of sexy Cielliam.
It is. JC Botero, who is Vanity Pride on Archive of Our Own, AnimeCujo, and Black Rose Eden and myself are doing a bunch of Cielliam sexiness.
Yes.
Oh! I said Cielliam. That's exciting.
You did say Cielliam, yay! Watch me say Sebilliam by mistake or something. Or like type it in there. Check out our Sebilliam project. Oh wait. That's funny. Alright, well that pretty much concludes the review and predicting and random other things we've talked about of chapter 48.
55 minutes.
Right? Nearing 55 minutes. That's insane. So, was there anything else you wanted to add, or?
No, I think that's it. I went through all my notes, so.
Alright, same here.
Thank you for having me back. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to being here every week.
I was so glad to have you back, and we'll keep doing this till the end of Revelation.
Exactly, and then even beyond with whatever else we can think of.
Of course, and of course the Cielliam project, too.
Yes.
So. Alright, well, thanks for being on the show, and thanks to our listeners out there. For tuning in. I know this was like a super long review, but yeah, thanks for hanging out with us and sharing some laughs. So yeah, we will catch you guys in the next chapter, Smutty, chapter 49. Catch you guys later.